On the final episode of the Egypt vlog, we went to the Great Library of Alexandria. So here we are driving. It was like a 4-hour drive from where we were in Giza to this library, and our boy Samir held it down. If you want to know anything about him, I will put it in the comments because he was an excellent driver / tour guide. Gave us a very, very fair price. Just amazing. Now, here we are at the library, about to go inside. There was kind of a crowd. There goes my dad. And then me, I'll be next. There was a slight crowd, but not really, not too bad. Like, really, the most of the back of the line was for us to get checked in security. The security in Egypt is very strict. I don't want to say strict in a bad way, but it's like everywhere of importance and of cultural significance, there is security. There are metal detectors. There are dudes that are going to pat you down. If you're a girl, there'll be a lady that pats you down. We go inside the library. Super duper fancy. The budget was unlimited for this, let me tell you. Like, no expense was spared. It is very fancy. They have a bunch of original Egyptian artwork inside, which I thought was cool, like modern art, and that's what I'm walking past. I think my dad is elsewhere. He's probably in the bathroom or something. And I was just walking around browsing a little bit. Very, very cute. And then when I came out, like on our way to leave, we had to walk through this same gallery. And I saw a bunch of like young Egyptian girls taking pictures with their heads next to those statues. And one of them really, really looked dead on the statue, like it was her twin. So I thought that was super cool and just a fun experience to be able to have as a young woman. Like, especially in the world with like beauty standards and blah, blah, blah. You get to see that you too are deemed hot, you know? Very important. This is my dream, to come to the oldest library in history. I am a huge nerd. The library at FITM was my favorite job. So any library, I'll go, I'll look around, I'll touch some books, I'll browse a little bit. Like, I'm totally with it. Look at how fancy it is in here. It's like Westworld-ish. This is the library of the future. And I thought that was such a great historical juxtaposition. Look at that old couple together, just in love. That's how I want to be when I'm old. But I thought it was a great juxtaposition of this being the site of the oldest library in the world. And of course, it burned down like thousands of years ago. Google it. And them erecting this in its place is just chef's kiss amazing. Like, it's all the way far in the future. And hopefully this one will stand the test of time. And if not, you know, build it back up in the same spot. Save the books, though. I did notice there were some security type things with certain books. And like, they have the shelves and everything organized in a way that seems to be disaster proof. As much as you can disaster proof, you know? Of course, I've got my Dawn sweater on. Don Toliver fan for life. Okay. Life of a Dawn. Looking around at books. Again, the library is my happy place. I live super close to my local library, and I will go there in times of distress, dismay, depression. It just... God's gift to me, the library. Love it. And then my dad, I know I've said this on every single episode, but I cannot like be thankful enough that I got to visit this place and do all this stuff with my dad. These memories I'll have with me for the rest of my life. So yeah, just cherish the moments.
You're up in the Library of Alexandria, the oldest library in the world, but it's not the same one.
That's what the cab driver told us last time. It's in the same place, but it's not the same one.
Be sure to know that this isn't the one from antiquity.
Citadel. See it? We really only came to Alexandria to go to the library, but every time we talked to someone, like a local, about going, they kept saying like, oh, you're gonna go to the Citadel, you're gonna go to the Citadel, blah blah blah. And as you just saw, we could see the Citadel from across the water. Everybody's having prayer time 5 times a day. Don't stop, be respectful, walk past, you know. People be on the sidewalk, everything, camped out next to their booth like it's prayer time. So yeah. Oh, a man kicked me out of his store during prayer time. Very hilarious. Like, my dad walked out, he was like, oh, I'm not about to be in here with no girl by myself. Oh, and it's prayer time, period, you got to get out. Very funny. But anyways, everybody was talking about the Citadel, so we went to go see it. A pile of bricks. Somebody let me know in the comments what the significance of it is, because we really didn't look it up. Like, this is the concert the other night.
Omar.
You know he was singing that blah blah blah
With the zither.
After the library, we had to walk around a bit, drive around a bit as well, to find a appropriate cell phone shop for my dad to get a new SIM card for his phone, because as a world traveler, my dad has like several SIM cards for all the little countries he be in: Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, America. So he went to go get another one for Egypt so he can get more data as well. That's another interesting thing about traveling. You should definitely just get a SIM card as soon as you get there, pay the money. I think it was like $10, $20 for a new SIM card with a bunch of data on it, because my cell phone bill when I came back to America, even though Verizon lied to my face and texted me, oh, it'll be $10 a day while you're gone, I was like, okay, that's not that bad. I'm not gonna like risk it, because I did not want to like mess up my phone or anything, my Apple storage. I don't know, I was just scared. I didn't want to get a new SIM card like my dad. So when they text me like, oh, it'll be $10 a day, I was like, okay, that's cool. I was gone for 6 days. I'm expecting $60, maybe $100 at most. Why was my bill an extra $400? So Verizon, you're a scam artist. Never ever trust them. But anyways, we're on the streets of Alexandria, taking in the culture, basking in the ambiance. I'm feeling like one of Alexandria the Great's harem members. All right, popping it. We're going to see the Citadel. We're by the seashore. Look at all these big ass seashells. I was saying that's a sign of a really, really healthy beach environment, you know? Oh, that's like a falcon?
I thought that was fake.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow.
I thought it was fake.
That is a real falcon. Look at that big ass bird. You see that shit? I say no. Citadel. Pretty cool. Citadel. Pretty time. We found out on our first day out in Egypt that black cats are seen as a sign of good luck out there, so that was pretty cool. Oh, little crabs. Okay. Yeah.
She's eating. Not who? No, no. One. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, look at these blue crabs. Can I have this? Yeah. Is it small though? How am I gonna eat that?
Fish kebab?
Oh, it might be too small to eat. How do you eat it?
You don't expect this. You eat the whole thing. Shell it off.
No, I'm not
Very
gonna.
nice.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'll try it. Sure. Let's try. Interesting. Everyone told us that the food in Alexandria was super duper good because it was on the water and there'll be a lot of great seafood, and it did not disappoint. Samir, like I said, pro driver, pro tour guide, recommended this place called Bobo's right near the Citadel that we went to. The food was excellent. Now again, the pricing, crazy. I feel like they were trying to charge us a different price than the average people, but who knows. Samir was not having that, so he talked, we did our thing. I picked out this fish. I did not end up getting those crabs because what you forget about, at least I forget about, is that everything comes with all these sides like hummus, that little salad with the tomatoes, cucumbers, a bunch of pita bread. So I could not really eat a whole fish, a crab, the little soup that they have on the side up there that you can't really see. Like, it would have been a lot of food, honestly. But I got all of this. I think it was $25, which is pretty cool. Me and my dad ate very heartily. I tried to give a man my pita bread on the way out, and he did not want it. Pita bread?
Yeah, you okay?
You want?
No, thank you.
So Samir waited for us back on the road. We're headed back to the hotel. Again, it's going to be like a 3-hour drive. At least this was like less of a boring drive because we had a lot of sights to look at. I was seeing the water for a while. We passed like a modern Egyptian neighborhood. It's clearly a new development. It's giving townhomes. It's giving like the Grove, Hollywood, and Highland. It was very fancy looking over there. Everything looked futuristic as well. In Egypt, they have their gas stations in the middle of the freeway. This was a little checkpoint thingy to get out of Alexandria. I think we just had to pay. Samir had to pay, whatever. They didn't like check our car or anything, but it's like going from California to another state when they sometimes have the people in the little booths. That's basically what this was given. But it was kind of intimidating because of the military. Here I am in the back seat because the drive is long, looking beat, looking hit. And my dad wanted to go to Egyptian McDonald's. Because he lives on the continent right now, he's living in Uganda, he does not get to experience, the joys and the perks of capitalism, like delicious food at McDonald's. So as soon as he saw this on our way there, I feel like he decided in his mind we were going to go to McDonald's. Initially, he said Burger King, and I think I was chastising him a bit, like, ew, why would you go to Burger King when there's McDonald's? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you not American? So we did stop at McDonald's. Again, Samir held it down for us and was like, what, they're trying to charge you this much for a Sprite? Like, a Sprite is really this much. Like, we're not going to do that. Keep your drink, lady. And yeah, just take the food. Also, the girls had on hijabs. I didn't really expect anything else, but it was just interesting seeing like a McDonald's hijab in a McDonald's outfit. That girl clearly didn't want to be on camera, so I was not bothering her. But there was a nice girl, and she was totally with it. The food tasted the same, not gonna lie. So I guess the McDonald's brand is strong. Again, they do own more land than the Catholic Church, so they're really about it. Anywhere you are on the planet, there will likely be a McDonald's in the vicinity. So never be afraid. You're never too far from Americana, true Americana. This girl, nice. She waved. She was cool. She was positive. The weird thing about this food is that everything tasted the exact same, but they gave us a muffin, and I thought that was so weird. That's my drink cup. Everything was cool, but this muffin, I'm like, and it came in a McCafe box. Is that like a dessert? They don't give you any type of dessert with your McDonald's here in America, so I'm always interested in how in other countries they kind of treat you better. Very deep. And then we're back in Giza. Could you see the pyramids? I think that this was so cool. This was the coolest part of my trip, truly. Like, just getting to live by the pyramids for 6 days, wake up every morning and see them, feeling like a pharaoh, feeling like Cleopatra, driving around, using the pyramids as my landmark to know, like, oh yeah, I'm almost home. Samir, my Egyptian OG. When I tell you this man held it down for us for 2 days, 3 days, he held it down. Took us everywhere, made sure we did not get scammed, did little tourist activities for us, and then he had his son come out at 10 o'clock at night to take me to the airport. All right, and his son was fine. So any of you Egyptian girls, get at him. I believe his name is, I don't know, I don't want to mess it up, but he was fine. Again, last night in Egypt, had to give myself a little balcony shot with the pyramids. I could have stood up, but I didn't. I was lazy. I was tired. I missed my life kind of in America. Really, I just missed my husband, but America, 2 thumbs down for me. But yeah, I missed my husband. I was ready to go home, but at the same time, like, didn't want to leave. The next morning, came outside. Wait. Yeah. This is the next morning because I left. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm confused. Anyways, got into the tuk-tuk. Went around with my dad. I think we got some food. We got some lunch. And then this is the night that I left. Yes. And his son came to pick me up. But yeah, the last day me and my dad just kind of hung around. We filmed our little chat for YouTube so y'all can watch it, our review of our time in Egypt. That was super cool. Love to do talks with my dad when we travel places. We have another one from when we went to Tanzania, so watch that if you're interested. And again, thank you for tuning in, watching this whole Egypt vlog. I had a great time. I would totally do it again. I would totally recommend. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My goal is to get 100,000 subscribers, so help me out.